on the lowest floor possible. From what I've heard, there are a lot of workers in this area, perhaps in this area, which would mean that unfortunately, you know, some of them might be without shelter. So if that is all true, this is definitely a pretty dangerous situation for anybody that is out there working in the fields, because it sounds like there's a lot of like oil fields here and stuff. Again, we do have a debris signature that's very small. Once again, the reason why is because that this is just such in a, again, rural area here of Texas, and there's really not much here. So the really good news about this is that it's impacting a very small amount of people, not like what we had in Greenfield yesterday. With that said, this is still a relatively dangerous storm. Tucker, you can just say south of Sterling City or west of San Angelo. I mean, there's really, again, there's no towns here. This is northwestern Tom Green County and north central Irion County. So, again, the good news, again, very rural area. The bad news is that it sounds like there are workers that might be out here in oil fields or something right now. And so, unfortunately, that would be impacting those people that don't have a shelter. So if you're one of those people, try to get into a low-lying ditch. Otherwise, try to find an alternate shelter place nearby if there are any there. But again, this is now officially a PDS tornado, which means that this is a particularly dangerous situation right now crossing over Highway 163. It'll eventually move towards more, it looks like, a fields. Let me go back to the satellite imagery and see if we have a view of that. It looks like it's just a lot of farmland here right now. And this is south of Sterling City. And it's also to the west of San Angelo. Might be like a windmill farm over here. I could be mistaken. Does anybody know what this is? Right here? All these things are here. Are these all windmills? Can't really tell what these are. There's a ton of them, though, in just this area. It's north of Suggs Ranch, where this large tornado is on the ground. Oil? Okay, so that's all. Okay, so these are all oil farms. So there's definitely a lot of people in the track of this. The population might only be 58, but this is definitely a storm that is producing some pretty significant damage. Oh, this is Connor on the other tornado warning back over near near Brownwood. Very ominous skies there. Big flashes of lightning there.
Be back in there, big lowering right there. Maybe like there'd be a tornado. I'm sure the camp.
This is again what we're looking at here is the Brownwood storm, so not the one that we're looking at here near the PDS tornado.
Yeah, big time supercell right here. We're getting an outflow right here, so there's definitely some inflow right
Oil
there.
farms, I don't know. Whatever they're called, oil fields, all the same thing. But if you're one of those workers that, oh wow, look at that, we actually have a CC now, so that's a definitive. We at least have some sort of debris being lifted up into the atmosphere now. It looks like on highway 163 here, we actually have some sort of like silos right along the roadway, so I'm guessing that's what it just picked up, perhaps some part of a building. So there is definitely now a debris signature here that is within this particular tornado. And again, this is right now moving east. It's gonna be just southwest of Water Valley. Now, long term, this is going towards San Angelo, but I don't know if it's gonna make it that far with this intensity. So we'll have to kind of wait and see. But it looks like we got some sort of outflow boundary kind of pushing down here to the south. That might weaken it. See what the velocities and everything show. Still got a debris signature right over east of 163. It's north of Old Burke Place. Approaching some oil fields. See what the velocities show here.
Is it right here? Yeah,
oh, that just updated. Let me go back to here. Here's the latest velocity scan. So still got a tornado. It's going to be right here, just east of 163. And this is south of Sterling City, Texas, west of San Angelo, Texas. Still a pretty definitive debris signature here on radar. Moving eastbound, it'll be going towards Carlsbad down the road in San Angelo. I don't know if it's going to make it that far, but if it does, San Angelo definitely needs to be staying weather aware. But we definitely have a debris signature there. It's been on the ground. Presumably this tornado has been on the ground for a little over 15 to 20 minutes now. We just didn't have confirmation until a few minutes ago. Once this got closer to the highway, this was again confirmed by law enforcement. So Very, very rural area. And then the other storm that's near Brownwood, Texas will likely no longer be tornado warned in a moment, but that's what that storm looks like right now on radar, or sorry, in person with Connor Croft's feed. Again, just very ominous skies here. It is producing some big hail, up to tennis ball sized hail, and also the potential for damaging winds up to 60.
Oh wait, we're losing visual on the wall cloud even now, so. Yeah, we're getting.
Look at their face cam, by the way. They have a camera on the top left to look at them. You can't even see them. That's how dark it is. It is very dark on that storm. And again, this storm here is 60,000 feet tall, which is crazy.
Saw a bunch of cars driving into it. Yeah. I wonder how that's gonna go. I'm not scared.
This storm over near Brownwood, Texas, the one that's not PDS, this one is, I mean, it's super tall. You can't see anything. It's pretty crazy. It's very, very dark out there. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is your PDS tornado warning. Again, it's a large and strong tornado confirmed by law enforcement moving eastbound. It is going to be west of San Angelo. It is producing, again, a pretty significant tornado here. Even though it's a very rural area, it is pretty significant because there's a lot of oil workers in this area of Texas, and we are right now at 345, so presumably those oil workers are still out there. We still have a debris signature here, so there's no doubt that this is still on the ground right now, moving eastbound. So right now it's crossing over a lot of different oil farms just to the south of Sterling City. But this tornado right now is just kind of riding along the outflow boundary that we have. So we'll see how long that lasts for, but we got a couple different outflow boundaries here that are kind of colliding with each other. But it does look like that tornado is definitely shrinking in size. So let's kind of hope that trends that direction. That outflow boundary should definitely weaken it out here. I'm trying to see if we have any other reports on this storm right now. I just don't think there's any storm chasers out here, so I don't know if we have any visual of it, but I'm very curious to know how photogenic this is, because I mean it's a very rural area, and I would assume that it's not rain wrapped at all. Maybe a little bit now. It looks a little bit more rain wrapped with the outflow boundaries, and it looks like the tornado is shrinking in size, but still, pretty crazy storm here. And that's the storm over near Early, Texas. That storm is 60,000 feet tall, and you cannot, you can barely see anything there. That is crazy.
It is a decent representation right now. It is so dark.
Yeah, this is not the one that's on the ground. I don't even think it's tornado warning anymore, but yeah, that tornado warning was canceled or expired. Oh, wow.
We're just tuning in. We're chasing the storm all day, and we got a lot more chases on the horizon. So make sure to smash that like and subscribe button.
You guys, it's not even 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're at like the sun is like almost above you right now, and you can't see a thing. That is so ominous.
It's crazy.
It's actually crazy. I mean, again, this storm is 60,000 feet tall. It's like a solar eclipse almost. I think it's darker than a solar eclipse.
Easily. Thanks for 61,000 subs, guys. I'm just like turning like southwest. Bro. Dumb storm over there.
That is.
There's no way to forecast.
That's horrifying. If I was underneath that storm, I would be scared. I mean, that is crazy. I've never seen a storm like that dark before. At this time of the day, I mean, it's not even 4 o'clock. It's just a huge supercell. And this is the one that's a PDS tornado back over west of San Angelo. It looks like it is starting to occlude. This is the storm that Connor's on. That is 60,000 feet tall. We got a massive hail core right now just to the northwest of Brownwood. The echo tops on this storm are massive. Possibly as tall as 60 to 65,000 feet up. Right now, the radars nearby are estimating around 60,000 feet, so that's a really tall thunderstorm. The one that's producing a tornado is a little bit marginally large. It's about 50,000 feet, which is still pretty tall. And it does look like this tornado has now completely occluded. But it could redevelop, but it looks pretty occluded now on this storm. It's still... Oh, now it's back down to radar indicated. Alright, so this is no longer a PDS. It is now back down to a normal Radar indicated tornado.